From feral possums to bloodthirsty medical cults, 1970s Australian horror was doing something very weird while the rest of the world was busy copying Hitchcock. These flicks didn't just mess with your head, they built a creepy bush shack in there and moved in. Today we're diving into 5 terrifying Aussie horror gems that still gnaw at your brain like a wallaby on Red Bull. If you're into obscure nightmares, off-kilter dread, or just need an excuse to never go camping again, hit that like button, drop your Aussie horror faves in the comments, and subscribe for more unsettling cinema straight from the outback. Stick around till the end, because the last film on this list might just change the way you look at traffic signs forever. Imagine the Texas Chainsaw Massacre got rebooted as a silent film by a man with a rat tail and a bone collection. That's Night of Fear, Australia's proto-slasher that almost no one's seen but everyone should. Directed by Terry Burke, this 50-minute fever dream was originally pitched as a TV pilot, then promptly banned before its release for being indecent. No dialogue, no exposition, just pure feral chaos. It follows a woman who crashes her car in the woods and is then stalked by a mute, rodent-loving lunatic in a wig that looks like it was stolen from a scarecrow. The villain's basement is the stuff of absolute pathology, a hoarder's den of horror littered with bones, stuffed cats, and inexplicable jars. Though minimalistic, the film builds an unshakable, skin-crawling tension with nothing but editing, screeching strings, and vibes that scream this is not okay. A bizarre, essential artifact in Australian horror history, and quite possibly the most demented PSA on safe driving ever produced.
Now will you join a girl in her nightmare trip?
What if your apartment's biggest threat wasn't ghosts or demons, but a man with a wrench and boundary issues? The Plumber, directed by Peter Weir, yes, that Peter Weir, of Dead Poets Society fame, is a psychological thriller masquerading as a plumbing emergency. When a doctoral student in anthropology lets a chatty tradesman into her home, things spiral into a surreal game of mental chess and creeping dread. He keeps fixing things. He won't leave. And she can't quite prove he's doing anything wrong. It's less about blood and more about gaslighting. Imagine Kafka with a toolbox. Weir crafted this chilling chamber piece for Australian TV in just 2 weeks, but it lingers far longer than most high-budget slashers. The real horror. That uncanny, almost too familiar feeling of smiling at someone who might be totally unhinged, and not being able to do a damn thing about it.
Plumber, love.
Oh, you must have the wrong unit.
You're 15C.
Yes, but we didn't call a plumber.
Some of the pipes have to be replaced.
Well, how long will that take?
Oh, 4 or 5 hours. Can't do it today. Tomorrow, okay?
Well, I'm not sure he's a real plumber. He said his name was Max, that he works for the university. You better take a look at the bathroom.
Stop it! You're obsessed about this bloody plumber.
You don't believe that? A mad plumber, if only you'd met him.
But I did this morning in the car park.
Sure. Is it something that, is a medical problem?
Only way to get at him.
There's a plumber here. He said he had to look at our pipes.
I didn't call a plumber.
Blood banks, corporate overlords, and ancestral vampires. Welcome to Thirst, the creepiest HR onboarding video you'll ever witness. Directed by Rod Hardy, this polished and perverse horror flick stars Chantal Conturi as a woman abducted by a vampiric cult who claims she's descended from Elizabeth Bathory. Yes, that one. They don't bite necks, they milk humans in sanitary-looking farms. Picture the Stepford Wives meets Soylent Green with a few liters of hemoglobin. It's sleek, satirical, and unsettling in that uniquely 70s way where everyone dresses like they're going to a funeral at Studio 54. David Hemmings and Henry Silva round out the cast, adding prestige to the madness. Beneath the gothic surface lies a clever jab at consumerism and medical ethics. You'll never look at a blood drive, or a white pantsuit, the same way again.
You can run. You can hide. But you cannot escape. Thirst. Thirst is deadlier than the plague. It conjures unspeakable terrors.
The dairy brings our lifestyle up to date. Each carefully selected blood cow is absolutely free from anti-tetanus serum, pollens, and antibiotics.
Their human farm is a living nightmare where science goes mad.
Welcome to the Brotherhood, Miss Davis. Baroness.
David Hemmings and Henry Silva are the doctors of the diabolical.
The family as noble as hers, I'm sure the old thirst will not have died out.
She's the next victim of thirst.
The thirst is in all of us.
Not in me! Not me.
We're simply a superior race of people who, over the centuries, have proved that the drinking of the vital human essence confers youth, power.
This ancient evil is now a modern industry. Vampires, perverted creatures of the night.
Nature is so done with our nonsense. Long Weekend, directed by Colin Eggleston and written by the great Everett de Roche, is a slow-burning ecological horror that dares to ask, what if the Earth got petty revenge? A bickering couple heads to the beach for a camping getaway and quickly discover that kangaroos, seagulls, and trees have absolutely had it. But this isn't your typical killer animal fare, it's more like a minimalist apocalypse. Every action the couple takes, littering, shooting, chopping, leaving a fire smoldering, comes back to haunt them in eerily specific karmic ways. It's beautifully shot, bleakly atmospheric, and makes you question if that weird noise outside your tent is a possum, or the judgment of Mother Nature herself. The terror is subtle, psychological, and rooted in guilt, proving that sometimes the most frightening antagonist is your own trashy behavior.
Listen to the sound of evil. It is out there, waiting. Powerful, deadly, invisible. They came to take a holiday. Ta-da! There are secrets. There are mysteries. There are forces beyond imagination. Prepare yourself for the fright of your life. Long Weekend. An experience in terror and suspense.
Before Mad Max turned Aussie highways into metal hellscapes, the cars that ate Paris asked a more deranged question. What if a whole city was in on the crash? Peter Weir's first feature is a deadpan, surreal, and darkly funny horror satire about a rural town that orchestrates car accidents to harvest the victims, and then soup up their vehicles into Frankensteinian killing machines. There's a VW Beetle with porcupine spikes, a hearse with buzzsaw wheels, and a whole town full of smiling maniacs in cardigans. It's part horror, part black comedy, part commentary on consumerism and colonial decay. Imagine if David Lynch directed an episode of Top Gear while suffering from heatstroke. The film's tone is so delightfully off-kilter that you're never quite sure if you should be laughing or screaming, or both. It's the kind of movie you can watch 5 times and still find something strange lurking in the margins.
The future promises great things for our town. The light is at the end of the tunnel.
Welcome to Paris.
You listen to me. Now, you get this into your mind. Nobody leaves Paris. No one.
Well, we get far more opportunity to do experimental work in the field of surgery and psychiatry than your city experts. This is where the really exciting work is being done.
You stop. You irreligious bastard! Steady, steady. All right, come on, come on.
Got any 70s Australian horror gems that we criminally overlooked? Drop your eerie, bush-bashing pics in the comments and let us know what films still haunt your dreams. And if you want more spine-tingling cinema from down under and beyond, check out our lovingly curated horror movie playlist. It's the perfect place to lose sleep responsibly.